Ladies, I just watched the fashion coverage from Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party, and while some women absolutely nailed it, others made mistakes that every woman over 50 needs to see. These aren't just fashion fails. They're lessons in what not to do when you want to look sophisticated and age-appropriate. Mistake number 1. Sia's I don't care. Disaster. This was the most shocking look of the night, and not in a good way. Sia showed up to this elegant James Bond-themed celebration wearing what can only be described as a shapeless black parka dress, complete with a baseball cap and sunglasses. It looked like she was heading to the grocery store, not a milestone birthday celebration for one of Hollywood's most stylish matriarchs. Here's what went wrong. When you're over 50, the I'm too cool to try approach doesn't read as effortless. It reads as disrespectful. There's a massive difference between effortless elegance and actual lack of effort. Effortless elegance means you look polished without appearing to have struggled, but you still honor the occasion and the host. What Sia did was essentially show up in pajamas to a black tie event, but here's how she could have nailed it instead. If Sia wanted to maintain her signature mysterious vibe while honoring the Bond theme, she could have worn a sleek black midi dress with subtle architectural details. Think clean lines that nod to her avant-garde aesthetic, but still read as elegant. Add some statement silver jewelry that catches light as she moves, creating intrigue without looking like she rolled out of bed. Keep the sunglasses if that's her thing, but make them elegant cat-eye frames that complement the sophistication of the event. Now, let me tell you why this matters so much more after 50. When you're younger, people might excuse casual choices as quirky or artistic. But after 50, those same choices read as giving up or not caring about yourself. The good news is that you can maintain every bit of your personality and edge while still looking sophisticated. Think about how Tilda Swinton does avant-garde elegance. She's always interesting and unexpected, but never sloppy or disrespectful to the occasion. The secret is in the details. Sia could have worn all black, perfect for her brand, but chosen fabrics with interesting textures, like a matte crepe dress with subtle leather trim, or a silk dress with architectural seaming. When you're over 50, mystery should come from sophistication and intrigue, not from looking like you don't want to be there. The lesson here is that after 50, your fashion choices communicate respect. For yourself, for the occasion, and for the people who invited you. Mistake number 2. Meghan Trainor's shoulder pad catastrophe. Meghan walked in wearing a red blazer with shoulder pads so massive they looked like football gear. I'm talking 1980s power suit on steroids, the kind of shoulders that would make Joan Collins say, "That's too much." The proportions were completely overwhelming her frame, and instead of looking powerful, she looked like she was wearing a costume. The psychology behind this mistake is fascinating. Many women think that bringing back retro elements means copying them exactly as they were, but that's where they go wrong. Vintage inspiration should be about taking the essence of what worked and updating it for today. Those massive shoulder pads worked in the 80s because everything else was equally dramatic. The hair, the makeup, the attitude. But in 2024, they just look like you raided a costume shop. Here's the sophisticated approach to vintage glamour. If you love the power and structure of 80s fashion, choose a blazer with subtle shoulder definition, just enough to create a strong silhouette without looking like you're wearing armor. Pair it with sleek, modern accessories and contemporary hair and makeup. The red color was actually perfect for the Bond theme. It's bold and confident, but the execution needed refinement. A well-tailored red blazer with clean lines, worn over a silk camisole with elegant jewelry, would have been stunning and age-appropriate. But here's what most women don't understand about power dressing after 50. It's not about the size of your shoulder pads. It's about the confidence in your posture and the quality of your tailoring. Real power comes from clothes that fit you perfectly and make you feel unstoppable, not from trying to intimidate people with your silhouette. Think about how Diane Keaton does power dressing. She often wears structured blazers, but they're perfectly tailored to her body and paired with elegant feminine elements. The key is proportion and balance. If you want to make a statement with structure, do it through impeccable tailoring, not through exaggerated elements. A beautifully cut blazer in a bold color, fitted perfectly through the waist and shoulders, will make you look infinitely more powerful than oversized shoulder pads ever could. And here's a secret from the best-dressed women over 50. They invest in alterations. That red blazer could have been stunning if it had been tailored to Meghan's actual body, instead of trying to create a body that wasn't hers. For women over 50, the key is subtle nods to vintage glamour, not literal recreations that make you look like you're stuck in the past. Mistake number 3. Martha Stewart's sparkle chaos. Now, I love Martha Stewart. She's a style icon in so many ways. But this night, she made a classic mistake that I see women over 50 make all the time: sparkle without strategy. She wore gold and green sequins that were fighting each other for attention, creating visual chaos instead of elegant glamour. And here's the detail that really bothered me. She was carrying her phone and wallet in her hands at this formal event instead of using an elegant clutch. This is what I call sparkle overload without sophistication. When you're over 50, sparkle should enhance your natural radiance, not compete with it. The rule is simple. Pick one area to sparkle and let everything else support it. If you're wearing a sequin top, keep the accessories simple. If you're wearing sparkly jewelry, choose a solid colored dress. Martha's mistake was treating sparkle like more is more, when the mature approach is strategic placement that creates one beautiful focal point. Let me show you how Martha could have been absolutely stunning that night. Take that gorgeous gold sequined fabric and make it a sophisticated top or jacket. Then pair it with elegant black pants or a sleek skirt. The gold would have been perfect for the Bond theme. Think casino glamour, but keep everything else understated. Add simple gold jewelry that complements rather than competes, and most importantly, carry a beautiful clutch that coordinates with the outfit. The green element could have been introduced through a subtle emerald bracelet or earrings, just a hint of color that adds sophistication rather than confusion. But let me tell you something about sparkle that most women don't know. It's all about the quality of the sparkle, not the quantity. Cheap sequins look cheap no matter how many you wear, but beautiful beading or high-quality sequins can make even a simple design look incredibly luxurious. Martha would have looked stunning in a simple gold-beaded top with elegant black pants and minimal jewelry. The sparkle would have been the star, and everything else would have supported it. Here's another secret about wearing sparkle after 50. It's about the light you're going to be in. Sequins that look gorgeous under soft restaurant lighting can look harsh and cheap under bright camera flashes. The best sparkle for formal events is subtle beading or embroidery that catches light beautifully without being overwhelming. Think about how Helen Mirren wears sparkle. It's always elegant, always strategic, and always enhances her natural beauty rather than competing with it. And ladies, never underestimate the power of the right evening bag. It's the difference between looking polished and looking like you grabbed your outfit at the last minute. A beautiful clutch in a coordinating color or metallic finish completes the look and shows that you've thought about every detail. When you're carrying your phone and wallet in your hands, it immediately makes even the most expensive outfit look unfinished. And if you're already taking mental notes about these mistakes, hit that subscribe button because we're just getting to the ones that really shocked me. Mistake number 4. Kourtney Kardashian's shapeless disaster. Kourtney showed up in what I can only describe as trash bag chic, a black dress with random ruching and messy draping that completely hid her figure. Now, I understand the appeal of comfortable, flowy dresses, but there's a difference between elegant draping and looking like you're wearing a garbage bag to a formal event. Here's what women over 50 need to understand. Structure becomes more important with age, not less important. Your body changes, and shapeless clothes don't hide those changes. They actually emphasize them in all the wrong ways. What Kourtney's dress did was create bulk where she didn't need it and eliminate her waistline completely. The result was a silhouette that added years and pounds when the right structured dress could have been incredibly flattering. But here's how to do comfortable elegance the right way. If you want the ease of a flowing dress, choose one with strategic structure. Maybe a wrap style that defines your waist naturally, or a fit and flare silhouette that skims your body without clinging. The key is intentional draping versus random fabric. Think about a beautiful black dress with a defined bodice that flows into an elegant skirt. You get comfort and movement, but you also get a silhouette that flatters and enhances. Add a statement belt to emphasize your waist, or choose a dress with built-in waist definition. The Bond theme called for sophistication, so imagine a sleek black dress with subtle beading or interesting neckline details, elegant, comfortable, and absolutely appropriate for the occasion. Now, let me share something that changed my entire perspective on dressing after 50. I used to think that hiding my body was the safest choice. Loose clothes, flowing fabrics, anything that didn't cling or reveal too much, but I learned that the opposite is true. The most elegant women over 50 aren't hiding their bodies. They're celebrating them with clothes that fit beautifully and create gorgeous silhouettes. The secret is understanding the difference between tight and fitted. Tight clothes cling and reveal every imperfection, but fitted clothes skim your body and create a beautiful shape. A well-fitted dress follows your natural curves without being restrictive or revealing. Think about how Cate Blanchett approaches red carpet dressing. She often chooses flowing, dramatic pieces, but they always have structure and intention. The draping is strategic, the fit is perfect, and the overall effect is both comfortable and incredibly elegant. That's what Kourtney was missing, the intention and structure that turns flowing fabric into elegant draping. Here's a practical tip. When you're trying on dresses, look at your silhouette from the side, not just the front. A dress might look fine from the front, but create an unflattering shape from the side. The best dresses for women over 50 create a beautiful silhouette from every angle, and that requires structure and thoughtful design, not just yards of fabric. The lesson is that after 50, you want clothes that work with your body, not against it. That means defined waistlines, strategic draping, and silhouettes that enhance rather than hide your best features. Now, I want to pause here because I'm seeing a pattern in these mistakes that every woman over 50 needs to understand. Mistake number 5. Yris Palmer's see-through confusion. Yris wore an all-black see-through dress with geometric panels that looked more like architectural experiment than elegant evening wear. While I appreciate the attempt at being fashion-forward, this was trying too hard to be edgy at an event that called for sophisticated glamour. The issue with this look wasn't the sheer fabric itself. Sheer can be incredibly elegant when done right. The problem was the execution and the occasion. When you're over 50, sheer elements need to be strategic and sophisticated, not overwhelming and obvious. Think delicate lace sleeves on a solid dress, or subtle mesh panels that create intrigue without creating confusion. What Yris wore looked like she was trying to make a statement at an art gallery opening, not celebrate a milestone birthday. Here's how to do sheer elegantly after 50. Start with a beautiful solid base, maybe a sleek black dress. Then add sheer elements, strategically delicate lace sleeves that show just hints of skin, a sheer panel at the neckline that creates intrigue, or subtle mesh details that add texture without being obvious. The key is that the sheer elements should enhance the overall elegance, not dominate it. For the Bond theme, imagine a sophisticated black dress with delicate sheer sleeves and subtle beading, mysterious and elegant, like a sophisticated spy. But let me tell you something about sheer fabrics that most women don't understand. They're all about the quality of the fabric and the construction of the garment. Cheap sheer fabrics look cheap and obvious, but beautiful lace, high-quality mesh, or elegant chiffon can add incredible sophistication to an outfit. The key is subtlety and quality. I've seen women over 50 wear sheer elements beautifully, and the secret is always the same. Less is more, and quality is everything. A simple black dress with beautiful lace sleeves is infinitely more elegant than a dress that's sheer everywhere. A solid dress with a subtle sheer panel at the neckline is more sophisticated than one that's see-through from top to bottom. Here's another important consideration. Sheer elements need to be appropriate for your lifestyle and comfort level. If you're constantly worried about what's showing or how you look from different angles, you're not going to feel confident, and that lack of confidence will show. The best sheer elements are the ones that add interest and elegance without making you feel exposed or uncomfortable. Think about how someone like Meryl Streep approaches interesting details in her red carpet looks. She often chooses dresses with beautiful lace, subtle cutouts, or interesting necklines. But they're always elegant and sophisticated, never overwhelming or obvious. The details enhance the overall look without dominating it. For the Bond theme specifically, sheer elements could have been perfect if done right. Think elegant spy sophistication, not obvious attention-seeking, a black dress with subtle lace details, or a dress with strategic sheer panels that create mystery and intrigue, would have been perfect for the theme and the occasion. The lesson here is that being fashion-forward doesn't mean abandoning appropriateness. It means finding innovative ways to be elegant within the context of the occasion. You know what's fascinating about all these mistakes? They all stem from the same fundamental misunderstanding about what makes a woman over 50 truly captivating. Mistake number 6. Mariah Carey's documented fashion fail. Mariah, who's 56 and usually knows how to work a red carpet, made multiple fashion publications' worst-dressed lists for this event. Her outfit was described as unflattering and completely out of sync with the Bond theme. While I don't want to be too harsh on someone who's usually a style icon, this shows that even the most fashionable women can make mistakes when they don't consider the occasion. What's particularly interesting about Mariah's mistake is that it shows how even someone with access to the best stylists and designers can get it wrong when they don't think about the bigger picture. The James Bond theme wasn't just a suggestion. It was a roadmap for elegant, sophisticated glamour. When you ignore the theme of an event, especially a milestone celebration, you're not just making a fashion mistake. You're missing an opportunity to show respect and participate in the joy of the occasion. Here's what Mariah could have done to absolutely own that red carpet. Embrace the Bond girl aesthetic that she's perfect for. Think sophisticated glamour with a touch of mystery. Maybe a stunning evening gown in a rich jewel tone that complements her skin, with elegant jewelry that catches the light. Mariah has the presence and the figure to carry off old Hollywood glamour beautifully. Imagine her in a deep emerald or sapphire gown with a sophisticated silhouette, paired with classic diamond jewelry, and her hair styled in elegant waves. She could have channeled the sophistication of a Bond girl while honoring her own iconic style. But here's what I think happened, and it's a mistake I see many women make. She probably focused on looking good in the outfit without considering how the outfit worked for the specific occasion. It's the difference between dressing for yourself and dressing for the moment. Both are important, but the most stylish women know how to do both simultaneously. Let me share a story that illustrates this perfectly. I once attended a wedding where the dress code was garden party elegant, and I watched women make the same mistake Mariah made. Some wore beautiful dresses that would have been perfect for a cocktail party or a dinner date, but they completely missed the garden party element. The women who looked best were the ones who understood that they needed to honor both parts of the dress code, the elegance and the garden party setting. The same principle applies to themed events like Kris Jenner's Bond party. The most successful looks were the ones that captured the sophistication and glamour of the Bond aesthetic, while still allowing the wearer's personality to shine through. It's not about wearing a costume, it's about interpreting the theme through your own style lens. Here's how to approach themed events after 50. Start with the theme and think about what elements you can incorporate that feel authentic to your personal style. For a Bond theme, that might be elegant evening wear, sophisticated jewelry, classic silhouettes, or rich colors. Then think about how to make those elements feel like you. Maybe you add your signature color, or choose a silhouette that you know flatters you, or incorporate accessories that reflect your personality. The key is balance. You want to honor the theme without losing yourself in it. Mariah could have chosen a classic Bond girl-inspired gown, but styled it in a way that felt authentically her. The result would have been both appropriate for the occasion and true to her personal style. For women over 50, understanding and honoring dress codes becomes even more important because it shows sophistication and social awareness that younger women might get away with ignoring. It's not about following rules blindly. It's about showing that you understand the occasion and respect the host enough to dress appropriately while still expressing your personal style. But here's the deeper lesson from all of these mistakes. Every single one of these women has the potential to be absolutely stunning. The problem wasn't their age, their bodies, or their personal style. It was their approach to dressing for the occasion and their understanding of what creates true elegance after 50. Let me share the 3 principles that would have transformed every single one of these looks. First, understand that sophistication doesn't mean boring. It means intentional. Every choice, from the silhouette to the accessories, should have a purpose and contribute to your overall story. Second, honor the occasion while staying true to yourself. You can maintain your personal style while still respecting the dress code and the event. Third, remember that confidence is your most powerful accessory, but it needs to be supported by choices that make you feel genuinely beautiful, not like you're wearing a costume or trying to be someone you're not. These style mistakes create visual chemistry that makes you absolutely forgettable instead of magnetic. When you understand how to avoid these pitfalls, you're creating an experience people can't forget for all the right reasons. Which mistake surprised you most? Check out one of the 2 videos on your screen next.